Wow. Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today we're going to do advertising versus reality with the Ecovacs X11 Pro Omni. Here I've got some spilled coffee. We're going to see how well this robot vacuum cleaner will mop up this mess. So it says it will identify heavy stains. It'll go into a mopping only event. So it'll turn off the vacuum, lift the side brush, and go into a mopping only event. So we're going to see if that actually happens. Here's where it talks about no wet messes. It can lift those two things and just mop. So this is part of a new series where I take robot vacuum cleaners, I purchase them with my own money, I do detailed reviews on them, but I've started this new series where advertising versus reality. If they show it in an ad, we're going to test it and see if it actually works. I purchased these robot vacuum cleaners with my own money. This is Home of the Honest Review. Now the Ecovacs X11 Pro Omni was just released. I just did the first look where I show you how to set it up and do the first cleaning. And I'm going to do this ad versus reality, but I got to take it to my home before I give it my sticker seal of approval. So after it passes the studio, I live with it for 3 months. I give it a score. I rate it on how well it did. I tell you how much it costs per month, what I liked, what I didn't like. Then I give it I only give it my Just a Dad sticker seal of approval after 3 months. It's either gold standard, buy it now, or wait for a deal, or skip it. If you want to find all the robots that have already passed my 3-month test, like the MOVA P10 Pro, which was my 2025 pick of the year, you can check out my website, justadadapproved.com. In the future, I'll have all the scoring results, all the tech sheets and everything that I come up with on my website. Right now, I just have recommended list with links. So if you purchase the product off this video or in my website, the product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. Again, justadadapproved.com, you can find the robots that I highly recommend. Okay, I've got all the artificial intelligence on. Let's go to advanced settings. I've got AI stain detection on. I don't have the particulate one on, but it does clarify that it may not actually work. It just says lab results only. And we are going to do a room clean. I'm going to use the agent hosting where it uses its own artificial intelligence. And hit start. Okay, so I filled up the water tank. I emptied the dirty water tank. We'll verify all that at the end, but it's going to fill the robot's internal water tank up with water. It's going to wash the mop roller with hot water. And then it's going to undock and travel to that room. Now you may ask, why is this important? Well, if a robot doesn't recognize liquid, it can vacuum it up. It won't, like if it doesn't turn the vacuum part off, it'll vacuum it up and get into the dustbin and cause a big mess. Now it says the OZMO Roller will mop up that big mess. I think it will mop it up. It just has, I hope it identifies it. Now it does, I did take a picture of this. I did enable it and it says it, due to factors in light and angle, it may not work. But here's what I'm really after. For light stains, it performs a quick remop. For tougher messes, it activates deep remopping mode. Executes 2 cross-pattern passes while raising the mop with a powerful cleaning solution to eliminate stains and prevent cross-contamination. That's a misprint. While raising the mop, it doesn't raise the mop. It raises the vacuum roller. So light stains 1, I'm hoping for a 2, but it may not be dark enough. Okay, all these robots you see here, I've done the advertising versus reality. I just finished up with the Frio Z10 Ultra. I've even done the Flow. It did okay. All right, it's going to do the perimeter of the room first. Now it is vacuuming and mopping at the same time. But the artificial intelligence is in charge of the water flow. Now it's not able to side reach into the corner. Now we're hoping when it gets close to that sensor, we'll recognize that. Ooh, I think it did. It turned the vacuum off, yes. It raised the side brush. We're in a mopping only event. And it was pretty far away when it recognized it, so that's good. I was hoping for a square around it, maybe. Yeah, here we go. Here's the square. Again, side brush is lifted. That's good. It's not dragging it or spinning the side brush. And the vacuum part is actually lifted too. So it looks like that sensor's identified the stain and is doing a square around it. Wow, it's doing a good job. Wow. Now that gurgling you hear, that's the dirty water tank. The liquid's being scraped off of the brush roller and put into the dirty water tank around the back. It'll empty that. Now it looks like we're getting the crisscross pattern. Now it's a little hard to see. It's got an icon there. It recognized it. Yes. Increasing water flow and repeating my icon. I'm going to hit confirm later. But that was an accurate AI recognition. And that floor is getting, I can tell that floor's, I've even got some sugar in that coffee. And we'll check it for stickiness afterwards. Okay. That's excellent. It's going back to wash. It's going to empty that dirty water tank around the back, and it's going to wash that mop roller with hot water. Now, I didn't get any drips so far. It traveled back.
Let's start washing the roller mop with hot water.
So there it is, emptying that dirty water tank. Now this does have a dirt detection sensor also. But using that, I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does. I know. Here's the spec sheet. I listed it that it does. I'm pretty sure it does. $1,000 right now. Ooh. That's what I paid for it. 19,000 pascals of suction. Again, these scorecards, I type them out and eventually they will show up on my website here, hopefully in another month. And we do have a timeline. Wow, that thing's really, there's a lot of words there. I don't know what that's all about. But as you can see in the map, it made the, yeah, I told you it did. I told you it was right. It made the circle and then it identified it and it did a cleaning pattern. Wasn't the most straight cleaning pattern, but it was a cleaning pattern. Okay, it's done washing the mop roller. It's going to undock and go finish the room. Let's just take a sneak peek. There. That's a pretty good job so far. All right. Looks like it's traveling back to that square. Okay, we have a mopping only event, and it's doing the square where it remembered the stain was. So this is good. This is what I want. It must have recognized it as a deep stain that needs 2 mopping passes. It's in a vacuum only event, side brush is raised, and it's not vacuuming. It's not the straightest crisscross, but it's getting the job done. Maybe it's dividing the crisscross in half. Now the T80 was able to do this, but it can't lift the side brush or the vacuum. It turned the vacuum off, but it didn't lift the... It wasn't able to lift. All right, so... not much. This is all that AI stuff. We really don't get too much of it. I would like to see like, oh, found stain, went back, and I would like to see more detail here.
Let's start washing the roller mop with hot water.
Okay, it cleaned the mop roller. It's heading back over there. Let's take a quick peek. Yep, it doesn't use a whole lot of water. All right, here we go. Okay, it's in a vacuum and mopping event. So it's back to its normal clean. And that floor is clean. It's going underneath that is 4 inches tall, so it's going underneath there. All right, so it's going to go back and forth in the nice straight lines. You know, it's not putting down a whole bunch of water. It's Wow, that floor is clean. I've got my white glove ready. Sorry, I had to pause for a second. Put the glove on. I must have washed this a little bit on the... I've been trying to reuse these, but this one's pretty clean. Oh, yeah, that floor is clean. Wow, is that clean. Not sure if it saw me or... Kind of did a big... May have saw me. The LiDAR may have picked me up or something. But it's got a pretty nice pattern. Should be finishing up, but it is in intelligent hosting, so I don't know exactly. It says just one pass. Again, we don't really get a whole bunch of information, but cleaning completed. All right. Excellent job. Job well done. Got our stain recognition. Doesn't say if it was a level 1 or 2 or nothing, but maybe I'll look at the report when we're on. Okay, I think it's getting ready to finish up here. That was a long mop wash. It did auto empty the dustbin when it first came back. And we'll try to get a report here when we're done.
Starts hot air drying of the roller mop.
All right, hot air drying. It's not super loud. All right, let's view the task. We get that. We don't view cleaning progress. So you don't get... Well, you can... This is all... I got to learn more about this preferences for the AI. You can type in things you want the AI to do, and that's kind of what this big sentence was. There's more to learn. This is a lot. I don't know if that's the future or not. I've asked for more AI stuff. Like this AI agent hosting, you can type questions in here and it'll add it to your AI. Like say, oh, it gives you examples. Avoid entering the bedroom after 10 p.m. So you could type that in, and then when it's in intelligent hosting, it'll do that. So a lot to take in there. But so that was a successful clean. We don't get a whole lot of information. So now the X11 will be going to my house. I'm going to do a few more tests here in the studio. Both of these will be going to my house. Same with the Narwhal Free OZ. I just got an update on my Dreamy X60. So the order, I canceled it. I've paid $1,700 for the first order, and it's not going to deliver for another 2 or 3 weeks, but the white one's available with a $350 coupon. So I canceled the black one and I ordered the white one, and I'm saving, it's like $1,400. So that comes Tuesday. So as soon as that comes, I'll be doing a whole bunch of videos on it. I bought it with my own money. That way I can give you my honest opinion. If I don't like it, and if I think it's a piece of junk, I send it back. That's exactly what I would think you would do if you purchase something with your own money. And we're paying a lot of money for these robots. So if they don't work and you don't like it, send it back. There are robots nowadays that you're absolutely going to love and are actually going to be helping you clean your home. So again, let me know what you thought of this. I'm having a lot of fun with this ad versus reality. Let me know what you would want the next robot to be. I think I'm up to about 20 now. So I'll start a playlist, advertising versus reality. You can just Google that, Just a Dad, ad versus reality. So again, thanks everybody. JustADadApproved.com. We'll have all this information on it really soon. Right now, it just has the robots I recommend. I made that website in a weekend. It's very simple, but it's got my robots that I recommend with links to Amazon. So that's where you find the robots, but I'm gonna plan on giving you a whole bunch more information, test results, scorecards, all the information you need. So again, JustADadApproved.com. Let me know what you think of this video. Like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. So how are the Eufy robot vacuum cleaners doing? Well, C10 is vacuuming. The C20 is laying down some good water. These are really meant for small apartments, not very big homes. S1's doing a good job of mopping. This is the S1 Pro, that's the S1. I had a failure with it.